Hi ladies, I am so excited to introduce you to my friend, Dr. Josh Axe, radio show host, author of The Real Food Diet, and a physician to professional athletes and moms alike. And we're here today to talk to you about nutrition.
Nutrition and pregnancy.
So what are your top 5 foods?
My top 5 foods for nutrition and pregnancy. Number 1 are green leafy vegetables. We call kale the king of superfoods. It's more nutrient dense than probably any food on the planet. It's packed with vitamin K, which is a fat-soluble vitamin, very important for women in pregnancy. It's packed with calcium, which helps build strong bones. Also has some phytonutrients and antioxidants that are very important. So when it comes to being healthy in pregnancy, the saying is in America that we are overfed but undernourished. And you want to make sure that you are completely nourished, eating a nutrient-dense diet while you're pregnant. So making sure you're getting things like green leafy vegetables, I would say that's number 1. Do you like spinach and kale?
Love it.
Love it. Some of my favorite ways to prepare that is doing kale chips, baking those in the oven, sauteing up some spinach with some garlic and onions and a little bit of sea salt. Delicious, great ways to do the green leafy vegetables. Number 2 food for pregnancy I recommend are doing organic free-range eggs. Now, I get questions a lot of time from people, should I eat the whole egg or just the egg white? Actually, you want to be eating the entire egg.
I agree.
Which is kind of, some people think, well, I thought the yolk had fat and cholesterol. It does, but it's good fat for you, and it also has choline. In fact, a recent study was done, and they found that 86% of women were deficient in choline while they were pregnant. And it's very, very important for the neurological system of the baby. So getting that egg yolk and the entire egg organically is important. Also, organic eggs have triple the vitamin E and 7 times the amount of omega-3 fats compared to conventional eggs. So doing the organic eggs, that's a great food to add to your diet. I love doing eggs scrambled up in the morning as an omelet for breakfast, or adding them into baking recipes like blueberry pumpkin pancakes, one of my favorite. Number 3 thing here is wild-caught salmon. Making sure you're getting your omega-3 fats. There's also a lot of studies out there, Suzanne, saying that there are 2 essential fatty acids that are omega-3s. They're called EPA and DHA. But DHA is especially important for women during pregnancy. Now, if you're consuming salmon and wild-caught fish like mackerel, you're going to be getting all of that DHA and EPA, which is so important for the nervous system and for healthy inflammation in the body. But also, salmon has an antioxidant known as astaxanthin. It's one of the most powerful antioxidants on the planet. And if you can't do that, try and do a high-quality fish oil if you can to get those omega-3 fats during pregnancy. Number 4 food here is doing nuts and seeds, specifically chia seeds and flax seeds are amazing. Do you ever use those?
Always, every day in my smoothies.
There you go. Breakfast smoothie, a great way to get in things like chia and flax seeds. They're packed with alpha-linoleic acid, another omega-3 fat that actually is great for having healthy skin, hair, and nails. Also, it's full of fiber, which is great for helping a healthy digestive system. Number 5 food for having a healthy pregnancy is pastured, or what I call cultured dairy or fermented dairy, like yogurt, kefir, and amasi, or doing any kind of fermented or cultured beverage. There are recent studies out again that are proving that probiotics and good bacteria is so important for a healthy digestive tract. You know, Suzanne, as the saying goes, you are what you eat, but truly, you are what you digest. And if you're not digesting properly, you may not be absorbing and digesting all of the nutrients that you're bringing in. And so the great thing about things, again, like organic yogurt and kefir and amasi, they are packed with probiotics, which have also been shown to help in weight loss and in digesting all of your nutrients. And so that's why I think adding a little bit of the cultured beverages like amasi or yogurt to a smoothie in the morning is important, but I also recommend that if you can get it grass-fed or at least organic, making sure your dairy is organic is very, very, very important.
What do you say, that last 5th thing, about sweetened?
Great question.
Yogurts or kefir?
Let me say this, you know what, it's really easy to actually overeat while you're pregnant. There's a healthy balance there. You want to be getting plenty of nutrients, but not going overboard on the carbs. And I'll tell you, you really want to stay away from the processed sugar. So when you are reading that label for things like the yogurt or the kefir or amasi, make sure there's not too much added sugar. Hey, a little bit of organic cane sugar isn't too bad, but again, in moderation, okay, when you're doing the sugar. And what I actually do, Suzanne, most of the time is I'll get my own kefir yogurt or masi or cultured beverage, and I add in a little bit of my own raw honey. That way I know it's a healthy, unprocessed sweetener.
Right, cool. I add stevia to mine. Is that okay?
Stevia is great too. Stevia is excellent.
Cool, that's what I do. Now, these girls that are working out with me are very concerned about how are they gonna get their body back. Because that's why they're working out. They're staying fit to stay slim through their pregnancy, but that's a concern. So do you have any tips for that?
Yeah, I really think there's two main things you want to do. One of the first things nutritionally is getting rid of a lot of the processed grains and sugars, especially grains that contain gluten. You know, 1 out of every 7 people are gluten intolerant. 1 out of every 130 people have what's called celiac disease. But gluten and a lot of our grains today, they're very hard for us to digest. So if you can eliminate or just reduce the amount of grains and processed sugars you're doing, replace those with things like vegetables, berries. Berries are an amazing thing to replace those with. Berries are packed with antioxidants. Actually, they're the most antioxidant-rich foods on the planet, like blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Those are a great replacement for a lot of the grains, but really, it's the white stuff. White bread, white pasta, white rice, cookies, a lot of the treats. That's the stuff that will cause you to keep the weight off. If you want to really lose weight and have enough breast milk and really do it healthy, have a really healthy pregnancy and afterwards, I say load up on healthy fat, healthy protein, get some good healthy carbs in fruits and vegetables. That's right. And if you are going to do grains, do some sprouted grains like Ezekiel bread or brown rice or sweet potatoes, things like that that are all natural, unprocessed. They're a much better option. So really that's number one. And number two is, like you said, you've got to exercise. I'm a huge fan of your bar amp class. You know that I do bar. I think it's a great thing to be doing, and it's so good for just toning the whole body. So, you know, even I do bar, and I think it's a great thing.
It's really hard, right?
It's hard.
Now, okay, so after you've given birth, you have to be careful with some of the more higher impact exercises until you get the tone back in your pelvic floor. But you do want to do some interval, cardio, maybe some low impact to start elliptical, speed up, slow down. But then as you get that tone back, you can add in intervals. Some burst. You're
right, burst. And burst and interval training is actually the fastest way to burn body fat. And so that's why I recommend in exercising, it's good to do a combination of things, a combination of high intense isometric exercises like you do and really toning and sculpting the body, but also to burn that fat off and doing the interval training like a sprinter rather than a marathon runner. But there are ways to do that in low impact, like Burst Fit that we've talked about.
It's awesome. Hey, he's awesome. I want you to check out his website, draxe.com. He's got great advice on nutrition and fitness. You're going to love his website. Check him out. Thank you for being here today.
Well, hey, thanks a lot. It's an honor to be here with the female, fitness guru.
Thank you. See you soon.
Thanks, guys.